There's also this huge overlap on STEM education.
Sure.
And many of the kids that are getting involved with something like Youth on the Air, they're going on to learn more about electronics, radio technology, about space exploration, and that can actually inspire a career into the STEM field. Is that something that you've seen? Hey, this is James, November Zero Whiskey Radio Lima, and I'm here with
Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG.
Neil, first of all, I have to say you're kind of a big deal this year because you just won Amateur of the Year. So I just want to say, first of all, big congratulations to you and all the work that you've done. And I'm sure that the work that you've done with YOTA or Youth on the Air is probably a big part of that. And maybe
it is.
You could just kind of tell us a little bit of the background with Youth on the Air and your involvement for some of the folks who aren't so familiar.
Okay. So Youth on the Air is a copy of the Youngsters on the Air program over in Europe. And a couple of guys, Sterling Mann in Zero SSC and Sam Rose KC2 LRC, went over to Austria to kind of steal all the ideas. And so they came back with a report and everything and tried to get it off the ground and just really had some issues trying to get it to go. And so we were talking about it actually on my podcast, and after the podcast I said, well, you know, I've done camps, I've done coaching, I've done ham radio, you know, and I'm a teacher. Maybe I'm the one who should be doing that. So so I got involved and we started putting a plan together and came here to Hamvention to kind of sell it to people, and it works.
And next thing you know, you've got camps going, you've got students going out and learning about the principles of amateur radio. And I mean, from talking to all of the students at this event and from others who have been involved, there's such an overlap between the things that you learn in amateur radio, of course, you know, from a radio service perspective and from a hobby perspective, but there's also this huge overlap on STEM education.
Sure. And
many of the kids that are getting involved with something like Youth on the Air, they're going on to learn more about electronics, radio technology, about space exploration, and that can actually inspire a career into the STEM field. Is that something that you've seen?
Oh yeah, we're seeing that a lot, and we're going to see even more of that next year. We're just kind of announcing that nenext year is going to be in Huntsville.
Wow.
And so, surprise, surprise, it's going to be YOTA Camp Space Edition.
Heck yes.
So they're going to be doing all kinds of STEM activities that are related to space. And so we'll be working on a lot of that. But yeah, a ton of our youth are going on and finding how ham radio ties into their studies and their careers.
One of the interns who was working on amateur radio with the APRS group actually is now going on and taking a job over at Blue Origin. So it's this is not just something in theory that we're saying. We're seeing actual kids go from programs like Youth on the Air and move into some of the greatest careers in space exploration, things like that. Now tell me about these camps. I mean, I think people want to know, because I think there's a great in-person aspect to this. I mean, obviously you're seeing this on the media and things like this, but like when do the camps take place, and what would people generally do at one of the YOTA camps?
So right now we're actually introducing our second camp, but our main camp is a week-long event. And it's for ages 15 through 25, people from all around North, Central, and South America. And we put them together for a week. So we do a lot of social activities to go with the ham activities. And so we're going to do a lot of STEM stuff. We're doing a high altitude balloon launch. I was just talking with some of the people planning that here just a while ago.
And so you've got like an amateur radio device embedded in the balloon, transmitting signals.
So we'll send a GoPro up, we'll send up an APRS transmitter, and we'll do all the tracking by APRS and go out and recover it and learn all about.
Now, one of the things you said that I thought was really cool is that there's actually an international aspect to this, because I think one of the greatest things about amateur radio is it is one of those forces that really unites people across borders. I mean, radio waves don't have a border. right? And so when you're getting on, whether you're doing contesting or just general operating, you're making new friends, you're making new connections all over the world. And it sounds like, I mean, you may even have some international people, people from other countries who've joined. Is that right?
Yeah. So we've got a returning camper from France and from Austria. The Austrian, he's actually leading the SOTA activity because he does stuff in the Alps all the time. And he's bringing somebody.
Summit's on the air, so if you're learning how to operate from mountains, somebody from Austria is probably a pretty good fit.
Probably a good fit. Yeah. We have somebody from France coming back to kind of help out with some of the shack stuff, but. Then we have 4 coming from Argentina. We have some coming from Canada, I forget how many. We've got somebody coming from Italy. We've been really focused on breaking into Canada and now Argentina.
I mean, guys,
so we're getting it spread out.
What's not to love from this? From from STEM education, from practical skills, from learning more things that might inspire a career in engineering. And then now even, making new connections all around the world of people that are united by an amazing hobby. I mean, Neil, what you have done with Youth on the Air is just absolutely incredible. It's so great. So, we've talked about all this great stuff you can do, but let's say that you're, an educator, you're a parent. How do they get involved with Youth on the Air and what you guys are doing?
So go to youthontheair.org. We advertise all the youth activities, not just ours. So you're going to find anything and everything you want to know about doing a school club, doing a youth group in your club, contests, activities, special events, you name it, it's on our website. So all kinds of resources there. So if you need to know where things are and when they're happening, we've got a master calendar on there that you can look and see what's going on that's youth related today.
Yeah.
So just go to youthontheair.org and you can check that out, and then of course you can register, and there's volunteer information if you'd like to volunteer, and then we also have a donate page that you can donate. We are kind of doing a fundraising campaign right now.
I mean, this is a great organization to donate to. You're really helping with education, and a very important part of it if you do. So go to youthontheair.org, everyone, check it out. Here at hamradioprep.com, World Radio League, we're super excited to continue to support you guys, and I would encourage everyone to get involved with this. If you have a child who's interested in getting involved, or you're interested in donating, and I think there's a lot we can do, especially on the WorldRadioLeague.com side, with maybe even we're working on really building next generation contesting for amateur radio. So maybe there's some ways that we link up with that in the future too.
And thank you for your support, because you've offered us the affiliate thing, but then you've also donated things for our youth that are planning on upgrading during the camp, and we will have testing available, because one of the things that we found was that a lot of our international people want a U.S. license to run remotes. They can't run a remote without a U.S. license, so when they come over, they want to take the exams. So we've had some of them ask for your materials, and we've provided those, and in fact, there's one right here. But he's not going to get on camera apparently. But we thank you for all your support and for sponsoring us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you on the award, Neil. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
We've helped over 60,000 students get their US FCC amateur radio license, and we can help you too, no matter your age or educational background. Go to www.hamradioprep.com and try a free lesson today.